Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Head Coach Ross of the Attacks Gym, Street Warrior in Njia Uhuru Kipora. As most of you know, Njia Uhuru means the way of freedom in the language of Swahili. Kipora is the correct name for the self-defense and whole human development system miscalled Capoeira in Brazil in the year 1712 by Rafael Bluto. Okay, let's get right to it. I'm responding to several emails and quite a few online queries regarding my position in Roe versus Wade. Okay, what a lot of us don't understand, the great majority of us don't understand, is that this issue isn't just about Roe versus Wade. It's about targeting the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments and removing all of our protections in this regard so that the elite 1%, the super rich white guys, males like Bezos and stuff like that, can maintain their power in the face of the threat of the graying and browning of white America. Okay, first, we'll get into each one of those things in separate segments, but first let me read to you what the 14th Amendment is, okay? The 14th Amendment states that no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within his jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Now, what does this mean in English, right? What this means is that repealing Roe versus Wade is their first shot across the bow to start removing our protections that we take for granted, our rights to privacy. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that all of our movements can be tracked, and this can translate into all kind of problems for us. For example, regarding online businesses, transactions, or personal businesses. Say you're paying a bill, or if you get a ticket, or whatever, something you need to pay. All right. Now, someone can simply say that you didn't pay it, and then they can start harassing you through harassing phone calls because you don't have the right to privacy, which was protected by and connected with the right of abortion, the right to choose. They can literally start sending debt collectors to your door. They can even, in certain instances, start sending sheriffs to your door, and they can even imprison you for debt, which was also protected by the 14th and 15th Amendments. So really think about that. Now consider how explosive the rise in those harassing telemarketing phone calls has been over the last decade. There's been so many calls. People who you don't know have been calling you, and then all of these apps and stuff have been tracking us. Well, guess what? All of these companies and corporations, these big rich guys who will never ever be bothered by the people who they pay to bother us, guess what? They'll sell to each other our information, which they have the right to do now because of the attack on Roe versus Wade, and which is, of course, also an attack on the right of privacy. They'll say, oh, no, it's not. Yes, it is. This is what this is all about. Okay? Now, guess what else it means? It means you can kiss goodbye the right for interracial marriage. There'll be no more of that. Same-sex marriage, out of here. Never happening. The right to vote, if you're a woman, if you're a person of color, if you're a poor white person, all that can be erased because all of that was also protected by the 14th and 15th Amendments. Let that marinate. Okay, here's what we can do about it. One thing I'm going to say right here, then I'm going to start breaking it down into smaller videos that address each of these issues, because these issues have to be addressed and they have to be talked about in depth for us to begin to understand. What we need to do about this is we need to vote. Do not listen to these fools who are telling you not to vote. Vote, vote, and vote some more. But do not vote for these idiot racist Republicans who are the cause of these problems, and don't vote for these punk, coward, do-nothing Democrats. Who you want to vote for would be the aggressive progressives. I say it again, the aggressive progressives. These people really mean it when they say equal protection of the law. You know, these people will make these rich guys pay their fair share of taxes and prevent the Congress, that's the House of Representatives and the Senate, the people who at a national level make all these laws to protect us and determine what is and isn't going to happen, and then the Supreme Court can determine whether or not it's legal. All right, and this also includes determining who does sit on the Supreme Court itself. That's why we have to get idiots like Moscow Mitch McConnell out of here. He's a horrible in person, horrible individual, extremely racist, extremely elitist, and he doesn't care about anyone who isn't a rich old white guy like him who's corrupt. That has nothing to do with any kind of American loyalty or loyalty to the government. These cats are only loyal to themselves. That's what it's all about. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them at the end of this video, and I'll come back with a series of other videos, a little bit smaller and shorter in length, hopefully, that will focus on each of the component parts that this horrible decision, but predictable decision, to overturn Roe versus Wade has now exposed us all to. Take care of yourself.